How's it going, everybody? Random here. So we have a padlock from a actual railway. This came from a friend of mine, and he is the president of a short line railway, or a short line tourist railway. He'll correct me if I say it wrong. And he runs between these two towns close by. And he went to his lockup, which has all his trains, and you know, some people have tiny trains, and he plays with big trains. And his trains and his cars and all the storages is. And he normally has a Master 5 and a 6121 Master Pro Series, which are linked in series, and you can unlock one or the other depending on who you are, whether you're a volunteer or you're somebody else or you're track maintenance. But he showed up the other day and this lock was on it. He talked to all the volunteers, he talked to all the track people and everybody else on the board, and nobody had any idea where it came from. So he sat on his desk for a bit, and then he gave it to me and said, hey, you know what, let's make a key for this sucker. So it is a Schlage SC4 keyway, and we are going to pop it open, and I got my trusty lab pinning kit here, and we are going to try to repin it in a decent amount of time, because my camera says I have 13 minutes. Lots of battery power this time. That's usually where things fail. Let me just pop these sleeves up a little bit. There we go. The sleeves are up. Something serious is happening now. So let's see what we got. It does look a little gunky. Hopefully it opens with ease. It feels like a 5-pinner. And I'm gonna get pin 1's the only one that's gonna play there. Pin 1 got a little click. Pin 2. Pin 1 and pin 2 got a click. I don't like the feel of pin 3, but I did get a click at them. It's pin 4. Pin 1, 2, and we're open. Hold on. There you go. That's how it works, eh? When it opens, your tension wrench goes flying. So then you... There we go. Even though pin 3 was a little sticky, we got it open. So, now... this should be the right Allen key. I tried it on another one, and let's see if it comes apart. Yeah, it does. Good. I need to get a longer one of these and like a T-handle. I'll make things easier. Okay, tiny screw, and it is gunky. I'm gonna get this out of the way. Oh, better take my tweezers out. We don't need them. We don't need that. We don't need the Allen key. Okay, let's get my pick roll out of the way. This open, which is the Lab Passport. Lab Color Passport, and I got this in the .005, so it's just a lot of discussion, you know, .03, .05, everybody's got their own opinions, so everybody's entitled to your own opinion. I don't really care about which one I use. This is gunky, oh man. Okay, there's that. Let's see if one of these removable tools will work. It's a 50-50 chance whether these are going to work. Okay, there's that. Let's get the right follower. That is not the right follower. Let's get the right follower. I think it could be this one. I don't think it is that one, actually. It's not that one, it's not that one. Could be this one here. Yeah, that one seems a little more like it. We're only pinned up 5. I don't really care what these are, to be honest. Need a pick. And we still kept one pick. And he's not worried about security on this because, let's be honest, it's the middle of nowhere and you're just going to cut the darn thing off if bolt cutters really want to get in. And most of the gates these protect, you can actually walk around. They're only for vehicle drive-through traffic. So I got a couple blanks here, or pre-cuts, that I got from my locksmith buddy. And the bonus thing about this is on the back it lists the number. I'm not sure if you can see that there, but this says 25872. So that is going to be our pinning. 2 being from the beginning and 5872. So I'm going to tilt this up and tilt this back down. I wish I had more room, but I don't. So there's our chart right here. Now, there's only one schlag here. Now, some of the other ones, like the Russwin, I believe has 2, whether it's 0.05 or the 0.28. We're not going to get actually there's 4 Russwins. We're not going to get into that stuff. We're just really concerned about the schlag. So the first thing I'm going to do is my first pin is a 2, so I'm going to change my bottom pins, and it's 195. So I am going to go to the 195, which is right there. It's a purple. I'm doing this with the wrong hand. There we go. And I already know the other pin at the end is a 2 also, because I could see. It's way more difficult with the camera in the way. And that's in the right way. Cool. So I am 2.5, so I need a 5. And on my 5 on the chart, it lists it as a 225. So I'll pull out a 225. I'm going to try to get both of them in there and put that in there. And my next one is a 8. So we'll go to the chart, and 8 is 270. And let's be honest, if you're doing this every day for a living, you know what most of the numbers are going to be just from repetition. 7. But I don't do it every day, so I have to always look it up. So where 7's a 255. Cool. So we have our, I'm going to tilt this back down for you. There we go. And I am going to try out the key. Always try out the key. We look pretty, well, you know, let's be honest. It does not look right at all, actually. I don't know where the change is. Unless this key was cut wrong, 25872. Let me try the other one to make sure. Looks like our 5. 2's right, 195. Oh, I bet you I grabbed off the wrong one. It's a 240. I know what I did incorrectly. Okay, we still got time. We got time. So what I did was I was in a rush and I didn't read the proper pin charts. I think I went and grabbed off the Sargent one. That's why you always check your key. So let's do that again. We're a schlag, and our 5 is a 240. 5. Our 8 is a 285. Definitely grabbed off the wrong one. I can tell by what pins I'm picking up. 258. And our 7 is a 270. Now we will try this key again. And we're way better. Yeah, they're all even now. They're all completely even. So now it's time to reassemble. And I will just pull the key out, put it back in. Cool, we're good. She works. But it's always important to try your key, or you're going to end up like me. And if I put it together one day, it's gonna. I've had the odd one where I have forgot to try the key and thought I was right, and then end up picking it and repinning it. I also have a little a Schleg, a dedicated Schleg kit, and it's really foolproof. You can't really mess that up. Now the only difference in this one is where the actuator sits in, but there's only one hole on this one. So you usually tell the one that has the less grease in it is the one where the pin was sitting in. Darn, this is a greasy lock. There we go, we're in. Now, like always, let me tilt this down a little more again so you can see the rest of the assembly. Like always, I always make sure that the thing's gonna fit before I stick the retaining key back in. There you go. I know what I did wrong. It doesn't always go perfect the first time. Another hint is never over tighten your back cover, because when you dropping old pins, you want it semi-loose, because if you get it too tight just like that, it will not turn. And mine would not turn. That's why we always test, make sure it's gonna fit in there properly. Now she's in there. I got the key locked. And yeah, she opens good now. So now that we know it's gonna be good and it's gonna turn and I'm not gonna get a lock jammed up, we will slide that in there. We will take our mysteriously disappearing Allen key, which disappeared on me, so it doesn't really matter. We'll put that together after. I did have an Allen key. And there it is. I put it in my pick roll. I think it's time to go relax on the couch after this. Tighten that back up. There we go. Try it one more time, make sure it turns. There we go. So that is your Master Pro Series. This is a 5621. And just watch those tips when you're reassembling. It is very easy to get your lock jammed up. Make sure you try it at all steps. Never put that screw back in until you're confident it works 100%. And read the right chart too, because it's, you know, it's pretty easy. Like you just saw me do it. I grabbed off the wrong chart, grabbed the wrong number. So always try your key. But there you go. I'll give this back to my buddy and he can put it on his railway. And thanks for sticking around for the last 13 minutes to watch me fumble through this. And don't forget to like and subscribe and support your local locksmith.